Hello everyone. So I should have done this video on Sunday, but I didn't. So I'm here now today making the video for you. Tomorrow I will be doing my UFC Fight Night picks for Cannonier versus Rodriguez. So keep in tune for that. But I wanted to break down the UFC 312 card real quick, starting from bottom to top, working our way up to the card. Now I'll start off by saying this card was okay. It definitely wasn't anything crazy though. And the matchmaking is one of those things that again, like, what are we doing here, UFC? What are we doing? But we'll go ahead and start off with Quinlan Salkade getting the first round KO. Now this has become a huge meme. Poor Anshul Jubilee. He cannot redeem, but also I don't think I think if he loses one more time, is the UFC gonna have any use for him? We'll end up seeing. He's got a big following, surprisingly. If you end up looking him up, Anshul Jabli, he gets millions of views on his posts. So they'll probably keep having him out there. Fast stoppage, kind of, but again, he got dropped in the first exchange. Pretty much bounced his head off the canvas, and the way he fell, you can't really fault the way the ref stopped that. So yeah, Quinlan Salkid gets it done in round one KO, just like I predicted, and I'll be going over my whole pick right at the end of it, but we'll keep going through. So on to the next one. Kevin Doucette does not get it done as I predicted, and Mikhailov gets it done by a majority decision. Mikhailov was just so much more dynamic with the kicks, punches, everything. Doucette just looked completely behind, and honestly, just not showing high level striking like I thought he was gonna show. So yeah, Mikhailov gets it done in majority decision. Unfortunately, that made me 1-1, but we'll keep on going. Now, this is a pick I bet a lot of people were not expecting. Rongju gets it done by decision. Now, I had him by KO in round one. And to be fair, in round two, I believe he dropped him. But other than that, Rongju was dominant most of the time. And he ended up getting the decision. So, yeah, happy to see that. Next, we have Alexandre Topuria getting it done. He didn't get it done by the round one or round two KO or TKO like I was predicting, but he did get a really good decision, and he showed a lot during that fight. He showed his grappling by suplexing. He showed his patience. He showed really smart and precise striking. His uppercuts were really beautiful, and again, he holds that same stance Ilya does, and it works really great at bantamweight. So I can see him keep climbing up the rankings. Probably won't be too long before he's in the top 15, honestly. Next, we have my girl Wayne Kong getting it done. Unfortunately, again, doesn't get it by my KO prediction, but she does get the decision pick by majority decision. Bruno Brazil just had nothing on the feet, honestly. Wayne Kong was just kind of doing her thing. Didn't get the finish, but that's okay. We got the win. That's all that's important. Wayne Kong is going to continue moving up. Hopefully, they give her another good matchup. Maybe another striker, perhaps, that she can have the chance of knocking out and adding a highlight reel onto. Be really good to see. But yeah, Wayne Kong gets it done. Next, we move down. Tom Nolan gets it done too as well. He gets it by decision majority or majority decision. I don't remember this fight too well. It was kind of also kind of they did some pitter patter on the feet, but nothing like too crazy, honestly. So yeah, moving on to Jack Jenkins. Man, unfortunately, he got subbed in round three by whatever that guy's name was. Yeah, just not a good look for Jack Jenkins. I don't think he really had any good moments either, if I can't remember. I mean, I can't think of anything positive he really did. Sucks to see. I'm sure they'll get another Australia card that they can put him on this year. Next, we have Jake Matthews. I had him by round one KO or sub, but again, he gets another decision. You'll see we've had a lot of decisions this card, unfortunately. Um, he did pretty okay. Nothing crazy though. Kind of mediocre, if I'm going to be honest. Not the performance I thought he was going to have, but hey, he got it done. Not sure where he fights next. I think possibly they give him a top 15 matchup next because he's kind of danced around that area, and I believe he's on a win streak right now. So I believe the top 15 is next for him. Next was, oh my god, such a hilariously stupid fight. Jimmy Crute versus Rodolfo Bellato. Ends up being a draw. So I guess that doesn't affect my pick. Maybe let me know down in the comments if it should affect my pick rate. If it should be like -1. I don't really think it should count though. Because I did have Rodolfo Bellato winning it, and I think he did win it. I just think they give him a draw because, they're in Australia. Got to give Jimmy Crute the draw. Jimmy Crute did not look like a whole new guy, if I'm going to be completely honest. Like, he looked kind of the same, maybe a little less. He definitely had less nervous energy than I thought he was going to have. Definitely came out there looking much more calm, but yeah, just wasn't able to pull the trigger of getting the KO shot. So, yeah, Rodolfo kind of did what he did. I believe Bellato, I think he got dropped in the first round. And yeah, he did get dropped. And I was like, ooh, no, please. But then second round and third round, he ended up coming back. And I think he won the second and third round. So, not sure why they gave it to a draw there. But, yeah, what are you going to do? Next, we move on to our feature fight. And again, I will keep reiterating, why was this a feature fight? This was horrible. Good for Taliesin Texture. He gets it done with the round 1 KO. Lands a beautiful elbow right to the nose. Flattens it and everything. Drops Justin Tafa and just instantly gets it done. When I initially looked at this fight, okay, I looked on the UFC website page, and it showed 1-0. And then on Thursday or Friday, they show 7-0. And he's a Dana White Contender Series winner or whatever. They never showed that on the website from what I could see. So, unfortunately, I got that pick wrong. Justin Tafa needs to just, 7-5. What are we doing, UFC? What are we doing? Why is he in the feature fight? This should have been the opener, honestly. This should have been the opener fight. Absolutely stupid, because Hyung-Sung Park ended up getting canceled. So it should have been Justin Tafa, Taliesin Texera opening up the UFC 312. I'm sorry, but this dude does not deserve a feature fight main event spot. It's only been losing as far as I know. His last fight was a loss, and now this fight is another loss. So, I mean, what are we doing? I know he's a fun, cool-looking Samoan guy, but, come on, we need to be rewarding prospects and people who actually deserve the feature fight spot. Give them the feature fight spot. You could have done Kai Kara France versus someone in the feature fight spot. Would have made a lot more sense. I don't know why they're saving Kai Kara France for Mexico, for Moreno. Should have been Kai Kara France versus Moreno in Australia, if I'm going to be completely honest. But whatever. Moreno gets his main event spot. Cool. Next co-main event, Zhang Weili versus Tatiana Suarez. This is another pick I got right because I had not seen anything impressive from Tatiana Suarez. I don't know why she was the favorite, and I don't know why so many other people picked her to win against Zhang Weili, my girl. Zhang has been doing fairly good. I know her last fight before this fight wasn't obviously the best, but man, she's finished a lot of people. She's submitted a lot of people. Carla Esparza, great American wrestler. She submitted her. There's a lot of people that she's fought she's just brutally battered, and I've never seen that from Tatiana Suarez. I've never seen a dog-like fight from her. And we saw it. She had a great first round. My stream ended up, funny enough, paying for the pay-per-view doesn't actually get you better stream quality, funny enough. But yeah, ended up getting back to the second round where Zhang Weili just continued dominating, stopped all of the horrible takedowns. And let me just add, these takedowns were so bad. These were elementary school reaching for your first shot takedowns, just reaching out with their arms out, searching for anything to grab onto. And Zhang Weili did an excellent job getting her hips in, throwing her to the side, landed good shots. Didn't land the most devastating ground and pound, but when she was on top, she was landing constant ground and pound. And yeah, just totally outclassed Tatiana Suarez. Again, I don't know why she was the favorite. I'm gonna start betting on these fights. I swear, with my pick rates being so good, I'm gonna start betting. Maybe not the most money, but a little bit of money here and there. I might be able to rake in a few buckaroonies because Zhang Weili was a plus 125 underdog, and if I would have bet on her for decision, I could have made some good money there. So yeah, good picks on me. I have good gut instincts. I feel like for this picks. And then for our main event, old Sean Strickland versus DDP. Now Sean Strickland is not holding up on his word of fighting to the death and going to absolute effing war. I mean, DDP tried. DDP was just nonstop, constant activity, just barrages of spinning kicks, jumping jabs, a little bit of everything, throwing the kitchen sink at Sean Strickland. And the best thing Sean Strickland has was his old-fashioned teep and his jab, and every once in a while he'd throw a crazy overhand right. The sparring needs to stop for Sean Strickland. He's gotten way too comfortable sparring guys, being defensively safe and stuff like that. He needs to bring back risk into his training camps. And I mean, I don't know exactly how you train for being more risky and stuff like that, but his coaches were telling him, you need to show more, you need to do something, you need to get the edge off on him, and he just wasn't doing it. And so for all the talk of, to the fucking death, I'm gonna go to war for you guys, I mean, not really true. Not really true, if I'm gonna be honest. And talk's a big talk, but just doesn't. Yeah, I mean, he's getting really criticized by a lot of fighters and a lot of people, and it's just criticism. He did not fight like how he said he was gonna fight, and due to that, playing it safe and playing it defensively, Dricus du Plessis kind of did whatever he wanted to him. It was worse than his first fight against Dricus, because he was actually able to get some better shots off and keep Dricus away a little bit more. But yeah, he didn't shoot for any takedowns. He didn't try to be dynamic. That's the big thing. That's the biggest thing about Sean Strickland. He's no dynamics to his game. He's not throwing any sort of spinning body kicks or like high kicks or leg kicks or anything like that. It's a jab, it's a 1-2, it's a teep, and it's an inside kick every now and then. And it's just, it's crazy to think that he ended up getting to championship level just doing that. I mean, it just shows you the level of striking that's unfortunately in 185. I mean, it's a high level striking, but it's also like, too safe and too defensive striking. If he was a boxer, man, he would be a really great boxer. He'd be tough to beat. Very Floyd Mayweather-esque defense. But the thing with MMA, man, it doesn't take much for a punch to do some real damage, and ended up breaking his nose. DDP wasn't able to get the finish off of it, which I was kind of hoping he would, so that way my round 3 TKO or 2, 3, or 4 TKO or sub prediction would come true. But Strickland refixed it, got back into the fight, and again, didn't fight with any sort of like desperation after he got hurt either. I mean, he didn't throw anything big. Again, just played it defensively safe and stayed back and did his little teeps and jabs. I think he had maybe like 1 or 2 big punches at the end of the couple seconds. I don't know why he does that. It's really frustrating to see an MMA fighter just like go all out the last few seconds when it's like, why didn't you do this when it was just 50 or like a minute left? Like, at the end of the day, if you're fighting for a championship fight, I feel like me personally, if I were to put myself in his shoes, it would be better to go out on a KO highlight reel than it would be to go out not, throwing anything crazy at all. I mean, people can say whatever they want about Justin Gaethje, but the dude brings it, okay? He absolutely brings it. In that Max Holloway fight, dude was still coming out, trying to finish with every shot, throwing and stuff like that. So, Sean Strickland needs to change what he says as far as the build-ups go for his fights. You can't be saying to the death anymore. Okay, you can't be saying we're gonna go to fucking war, because at the end of the day, they're not really wars. They're jabs and teeps and, little defensive points, man. I don't know what we're doing, but we need to change that up, and needs to start practicing some more finishing sequences and stuff like that. Maybe a jab, 1-2, body kick, and then keep following it up, keep throwing out that output, because 1-2 and jab and teep, Drickus was just running through it like crazy. So yeah. Anyways, I ended up being 8-3 on my predictions, so pretty good prediction rate. Make sure you stay tuned for the prediction videos, because I've been doing pretty good. I feel like this year I've had a mainly positive pick rate. I think the only one where I think I ended up getting like even or whatever was BKFC, and for that, I mean, really hard to predict. But anyways, hope you enjoyed that video. I'll be making my UFC Fight Night Rodriguez versus Cannonier pick. Oh, burp, sorry. I'll be making that video tomorrow, so make sure to stay tuned, and yeah, thank you for watching.